Family, on the one hand, the president of Senegal brought us total embarrassment at the UN General Assembly. On the other hand, the president of Kenya, William Ruto, gave us the best joy that we could ever expect. He gave a groundbreaking speech at the UN that shook UN General Assembly right to the core. Please take a listen and hear what he had to say, not just about Kenya, but about Africa at large. Let's listen to him.
For 2 decades, Africa has spoken in one voice, demanding justice, equity, and representation in the highest organ of global governance. This demand, however, continues to be ignored, deferred, or endlessly debated to the detriment of both Africa and the legitimacy of the United Nations itself. You cannot claim to be the United Nations while disregarding the voice of 54 nations. It is not possible. Africa is no longer willing to wait on the margins of global governance while decisions about peace, security, and development are made without our understanding, without our perspectives, and without our voice. Africa's exclusion is not only unacceptable, unfair, and grossly unjust, it also undermines the very credibility of the United Nations, this organization. Africa dominates most of the Security Council agenda, provides some of the largest contingents of UN peacekeeping forces, and bears the heaviest costs of instability. Yet we remain the only continent without a permanent seat at the main table where decisions about our destiny are made. Africa deserves, ladies and gentlemen, at the very least, 2 permanent seats with full rights, including the right to veto, and 2 additional non-permanent seats on the United Nations Security Council. The world must understand that reforming the Security Council is not a favor to Africa or to anybody. It is a necessity for the United Nations' own survival. If the United Nations is to remain relevant in this century, it must reflect today's realities, not the post
alone, just like the victory that President Ruto brought to us, just like the speech he delivered, did not only set Kenya at the world stage, but it set the entire Africa at the world stage. So we need to know, like it or not, a mess up from a leader in Africa affects the entire Africa. We may not want it, but those out there, they will be saying, look at what those African leaders are doing. That is it. So let me know what you think about William Ruto's speech, and see you in my next one.